Hey y'all, since it was cold outside, I was going to show you how I make my homemade hot chocolate. It just tastes so much better than them little packets. So I start out with 2 cups of regular milk and an can of evaporated milk. And I put that in there. Now, turn on the heat. Probably to a medium. And now, you're going to put some vanilla in it. I put quite a bit in mine. That's Mexican vanilla. Now I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons of the baking cocoa. That's all it is. I'll stir in about 2/3 cup of sugar. I'm just going to stir that. Now the next thing I add in there is going to probably surprise you. It just gives it a really good flavor. I put butter in mine. And salted butter is just fine. I put a couple of tablespoons in there. It just gives it a real good flavor to it. Like creamy. And you can't tell it's in there. I've made this for years. So we're just going to stir that to combine it. And then when it gets all combined and it starts bubbling, let it bubble for about a minute or 2 and then turn it off. If you've got an electric stove, pull it off of that burner. And everything's just going to get all incorporated and really good. Just use a wooden spoon. That's just about it. Now you can doctor it up any way you want to. So I hope y'all will give this a try. It's really good. That's what it looks like while it's heating up to get it going. I'm gonna post later how I make a sweet tea that will fool everybody into believing it's Red Diamond. I've done that for years too. You just keep that old jug of the Red Diamond tea that you buy, the expensive stuff, and then you just fill it up with the stuff you do on the stove, which is basically on the Red Diamond tea. I'll just go ahead and tell you. What you do is you get you some cheap tea bags and some water in one of these, and you add you about a cup of sugar, and you stir it, and then you just go ahead and let that sugar all melt in there, and you bring it to a boil, and then you turn it off and you cover it, and then eventually you pour it in that other jug and you add some water to it so that it can dilute a little bit, but you just use a couple of cups of water when you're boiling, and about 8 of them. I just use the generic tea bags, the quart size, and like I said, about a cup of sugar, and you want to put the sugar in it while you got it on the stove. You want to stir it so that sugar dissolves, and then you just put it in a jug. So I hope that gave you some new way to make hot chocolate and to make tea. You have a good one.